It goes under the heading, that didn't take very long. Gary Andersen, see ya! He's off, heading out to Oregon State. Mike Riley, who wanted a challenge, comes to the Big Ten. He takes over the Nebraska job. They've been 9-3 the last 3 years. Wasn't good enough for that organization. They have higher standards. Riley wants higher standards. He comes here. Gary Andersen, where the higher standards are expected, he leaves. He's going to go ahead and get out of here for a couple of reasons. First of all, last year he said and did all the right things. This year, it started off with a PR nightmare after the LSU game, the whole Joel Stave situation, the hiding of Paul Bunyan's axe. People were getting kind of tired of Gary Andersen making decisions, doing things like this, and not really having much to show for it. Then he goes out, gets waxed, 59, counted 59-0 in the Big Ten championship game. He then says, you know what, the academic standards are too high at Madison. I can't pay my assistants enough. See ya, I'm out of here. Barry Alvarez, stunned. He may coach the team, or he may not, in the Outback Bowl. Who's going to be the next head coach? Paul Christ. Darrell Bevel's name's being kicked around. I wonder if the ink is dry in Buffalo yet before Lance Leipold, the head coach of the UW Whitewater Warhawks, who's got numerous championships under his belt, wonder if he could then turn down Buffalo and come back and take the job at UW. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But let me say this. Two things to think about. First of all, obviously, the pay and everything that goes along with it at UW, that's going to be something that's going to be discussed. But the other thing that's being kicked around by many of you UW alumni right now, is the academic standards. Because Gary Andersen wanted to bring in some JUCO guys. That's not the way things are done out in Madison. There's an old school, old staunch way to do it. This is what we do. Gary Andersen said, no, I want to bring in some guys that are going to let us win right now. I want a quarterback. I want wide receivers. I want fast guys. I want guys here to run my system. Madison said, no. So he went ahead and bolted. Do you want to lower the standards to allow some football players to come and play at the institution? My guess is no. So whoever Barry Alvarez gets better be an Urban Meyer-esque like recruiter, because that's what UW needs. You got to bring in that talent, have a coach to mold them. I guess what I'm saying is you got to have a guy worthy of the Big Ten, not a guy who thinks he can come in and change the system.
Also